Dan Sisseck here, and it is Sunday night, May 17th? Yeah. And I'm doing a video blog post tonight, in regards to something that happened to me yesterday. It was a good thing, but it was also a very, in a way, emotional moment for me. I did my blog post yesterday. I put it out there. I syndicated it. I shared it with people and did all that, and then I commented on other people's actually went to their blog posts in certain communities and stuff that within the communities I'm a part of, where I share my information and syndicate. But I also comment on them because um, in this community we help each other out by commenting on our blogs and stuff. It helps us get ranked, uh, as and sharing and stuff. It helps get us to more people. Um, I may know people that somebody else doesn't know, and they may know people that I don't know. So it helps my business. It's a positive thing for my business. It's a positive thing for their business, but it also helps on the Google search engines and all the different search engines out there and stuff. But that's not what I'm really focused on, with this blog post today. In doing that part of it, after I did my blog post about 3 life hacks about how to save some money and stuff, and what you shouldn't spend your money on, whether you should be save or or lavish. I can't remember the exact title. Um, but anyway, I was going through in one of the communities, and I got to. There were actually two blog posts that kind of really resonated with me and got to me, and I don't remember which one I did first before the other one and stuff, but I just know that there were two that really kind of got to me. One first is, and I hope I say her name right. She is from Germany, and it's Jana Herd. From Jana Herda, or Jana Herd Success is the blog that she blog title, of the actual blog where I find her blog, and she was talking about dealings of that. We have a brain in our brain here, and all the neurological pathways and stuff. She has a very big interest in that area, and how the brain works in the neural pathways and stuff like that. Not an area I'm big on, but I kind of understand where she's coming from and how it affects us and stuff like that. But what got me on her blog post was she talking about our heart having a brain that works in tandem with our brain here, and it kind of syncs and put those two together. And I think I've kind of understood this, but I never kind of really put it out there, put it together, or anything like that. But in it, it really made sense, and it really connected with me in the fact that, you know, um, the two of them, in order to help, work and manifest and get things to work in connection, and kind of help get to where you want to go, the two need to be in sync. They need to work together, because if they're not syncing or working, then you're going to be out of balance. And so then, therefore, when you're trying to work or attract, or for me, be in that right mindset, with I believe in God. I believe that God is God, and everything like that. But others call it the supreme being, infinite intelligence, that type of idea. If you're not in sync there, then sometimes that sync that we have there is not always there, even though we may always believe it, be turn to it, use it as a source of strength, where we get our core cells from, and in here. But it kind of really made sense to me in finding that balance, to have this and this, all in, to where if you're trying to work towards a manifestation of what you want in your life and where you want to go, if you're not even in balance with yourself, how can you be in balance towards other people and get other people to resonate and want to be in that same area, or within that same sense with you, or follow you, or or that they'll pick up on your heart and what you're about and what you're trying to share with them. Because a lot of us base our lives off of emotions and what's going on and what's happening around us. not realizing that emotions are one facet of our lives, but that um, that is one component, and not to overlay that with everything else that we're doing. And so in that, I have to thank her for that, because it kind of helped me kind of pull this together. And then there was another blog post, and I will be honest, I don't remember whose blog post it was, but the video in there had a really profound effect on me, and it also kind of helped me get a shift to where in those moments between those two things, I almost feel like well, I know I had a shift. I know I felt the shift. That's what's weird. I've been in, at places, I've had things, I felt things, but it was in that moment, it wasn't there. Whereas this was, it was in the moment there. It was in the surrounding things and being caught up in what was happening. This was here in my own house. There was nothing major, nothing emotional, nothing anything. But when I opened my brain and opened myself up to what I wanted to receive, because I've been wanting more um, into my life and wanting more of that abundance, more of that to spread out and share to other people. And I think I know where that catalyst came from, was when I went back and when my sponsor told me about the next event, that the tickets were on sale at that point in time. Even before that, I had made the decision that no matter what, I was buying that ticket. The minute I knew, I was going to buy that ticket. Whether it be I got, found out that afternoon and I had to run straight home from work and come and buy it, or she told me that night, that Sunday night, and I luckily was able to go in before the first price increase, get that ticket at that first basic price. But I know that because the intention I set and what I already had manifested and decided in my mind that I was going to do that, that opportunity presented itself from her, and I made that. So that was the starting point that opened me up to even more growth and more opening of myself. And I've been now slowly changing that mindset that, there's abundance out there. There's a lot more out there than what I've always believed. I've always believed and been very tight like this and stuff like that. I'm learning to let go of that and change that mindset. Well, watching this one video, it was really weird. I was watching it, and a couple things popped up, and there were, video and stuff of, very motivational, very inspirational things of people doing things that, most people wouldn't do. Like one of them, and I love this. There's a guy, going down riding a mountain bike down a very, in the mountains, where you take one, too big of a little, you could go off the side of the mountain, and in some spots, it's it's narrow. You really put your life out there, and in that, I'm like, I want to live like that. I want to be out there, and I've done a blog post recently. I want to live with abandon. That was, part of that catalyst, but I hadn't gotten there yet. But in seeing this, there were some other things that people were doing, and it finally hit me that in these motivational videos and things that everybody goes to and posts about, I'm understanding now why we like them, because we are wanting to be that. We're wanting to do that, and we're infusing it into ourselves to help push us forward to doing it. But what I realized that is, rather than me saying or you know, looking at it and saying, "Oh, I want to," why am I not there? What has held me back? What has kept me from being there? And in that, it was like, wow, me. I'm the one that's kept me from being there, no matter what it is. Whether it's riding that bike down on that mountain, whether it's going after my dreams, whether it's and it's just that plugging along and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until you get there. The thing that keeps resonating with me is, from everybody I listen to, I follow, is, don't, keep doing it. Don't give up. Don't, quit. And I know that's what happened to me in the past. I've quit. But yesterday it was weird, because in that moment, I actually had tears streaming down my eyes, because I finally realized it, that in order for me to manifest it, I have to start seeing myself there and in it, in that moment, in those things, in that, reality of that. it's doable. I can do it. That I'm there. I'm already working towards that. I'm already there. Now it's just going about and doing the things that I keep having to do. That you know everything I have to do to achieve that. And in that, that's the where it finally just kind of really shifted. So today's post is more of a blog post of me sharing something that really really hit me in the core here. Like I said, I've kind of felt it before. I've kind of been there before. But yesterday, I felt it in my being. I mean, I can't explain it. I don't know if other people have been there, if they've had that feeling, if they've, you know, but like I said, this is a little bit of a longer post, but it's also more of a emotional post for me because of just seeing that one video, just really realizing that those people went out and did it. I keep hearing about all the leaders and the top people who've gone out and made their wealth, done their wealth, that they did it knowing a belief in the outcome, knowing that the outcome would be there. They didn't know how, they didn't understand how, they didn't, but they didn't let that stop them. So why have I let other things stop me before? That's my biggest growth I got out of this. That I have talked about this before, but I hadn't melded these two together. I had it here. I didn't fully have it here. Now I have it in both, and I believe it. I know it. I've never really ever shared this before, but I've dreamed and I've seen myself in my dreams of being on stage, you know, on stage somehow, um, and sharing, part of whatever it is I'm doing in those dreams. I think it was something a little different, but it's still been there. It's been in the back of my mind for a long time, and I've seen it and I've known it. I have never shared that with anybody. Nobody. Not even my close friend. Not even my best friend knows that. And he knows pretty much everything about me. So in that sense, that's been a pretty tight-lipped thing I've shared because I've been afraid to share it because in some ways I was afraid that, well, what if it doesn't happen? Well, it's not going to happen unless I share it, unless I get it out there, unless I pour that belief into myself that it's possible, and I know it's possible. It's not something that's I can't fathom it not happening now. It's a reality to me. It's there, and with that, so just this is just a little longer post than what I would like to have been. And maybe in a sense I'm rambling on, maybe I'm not making sense, but hopefully somebody out there will get, the heart that what I'm sharing here, is that, you gotta meld these two together. And once you do, there's no stopping you. And with that, make it a simply simple day, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.